Okay, so I was asked to do a Cosmere Book Tag thing for this thing. I don't know what these tags are. This is the first time I've ever really encountered it, so after watching a few of them, apparently I talk about books that meet certain categories. Thank you, Connor, for tagging me. I planned on doing this later in the week, but then I realized I had like a few extra couple hours on Sunday, so I squeezed it in so that way during the week I have more time for normal videos. My life is becoming videos and I like it. If you don't follow Connor Obrien on YouTube, I'll link his channel either in the description or around my face. Apparently YouTube doesn't let me do in-screen things and cards throughout the videos, which I find to be super annoying, and I want to do both. So I'll try to do cards throughout the video. I've never done that before. We're gonna learn together. So the categories are all based off Cosmere books I'm big fans of. So starting off with the first one, we're going with an Elantris theme, a series where the magic failed its people, or somehow, got all messed up. It's me, guys. And if you want a fantasy world where the magic failed, I'm gonna go Wheel of Time. I'm gonna go the Daniel route, the predictable. It'll be the only time I mention it this whole video, I promise. But yeah, let's recommend that. If anyone who watches my channel, for the love of God, has not picked up the Wheel of Time, I will make this my last little push to do so. My last little nudge. Go do it. You'll like it. Promise. Do it. The next one is based off of the original Mistborn saga, and it's what is your favorite Ragtag group in any book. And I had to think about this one a lot, and I was gonna go with Locke from Lies of Locke Lamore, Locke and Jean, and all that, but Connor kind of called it out in his video as being the predictable answer. God damn it, Connor. So I'm gonna for a Ragtag group. Then I think I will actually do a little loop and do a little Cosmere promotion within a Cosmere tag. If for some reason you have not read Mistborn, which there is a slim chance of for this video, please pick it up. It's absolutely stellar, and it's actually the first book series I plan on re-reviewing because my reviews of it not aged well, and I appreciate it a lot more than I did when I first read it 2 years ago. So I'm going to be doing that. Here's your little announcement for it. If you haven't read Mistborn, fucking, what are you doing here? And now we have a Warbreaker inspired one. What is your favorite family dynamic? And there's nothing that says I have to stick with fantasy or sci-fi here as far as I'm concerned. So I'm gonna pull a left out of the wheelhouse, that expression, for this one, and I'm gonna go with The Shining, which if you have not read it, is just as good as the movie in my opinion. I think they're both incredible, and this book, even if you've seen the movie, there's enough difference that you can certainly still enjoy it for what it is. So if you have not gone ahead and picked up this classic, please do. It is absolutely one of the most bone-chilling books I've ever read. Now you have it based off Stormlight. What is the biggest book I have read / on my to-be read? And the biggest book I think I've ever read is a gigantic history text on Alexander the Great, not the smaller book I showed you up there. It's a bigger one. I think it had like 2,000 pages, and after digging and digging for it, I could not find it. So this is anticlimactic. I actually don't know what it was called anymore, but a big Alexander the Great thing. And the biggest one on my to-be read, Civil War, Fort Sumter to Perryville. I'm actually really planning on reading this. I'm not sure if I'll review it, but I love history stuff, and I do plan on reading this for kind of my own personal side things. I don't know if you guys would be interested in what I think on history, because I'm a huge history nerd. Like, it's bad. That's a aspect of my life I've hidden from my channel, but it's something that I really want to get into. I don't know. I guess if I'm doing by page count, this might not be it, but I think in terms of like density, this might be. I don't know. I'm not good at these tag things. I enjoy doing it. Thank you again, Connor, but I'm bad at planning. I'm bad at many planning aspects. I guess this definitely has less words, but I'm also planning on reading Magician by Raymond D. Feist, so that's also big. This is soon. This will be soon, I think. I don't know. I don't plan what I'm going to read. I just pick one up one day, guys, and then it gets reviewed soon after, so sorry. Now, the next category is based off Alloy of Law, and what is the worst sequel that I have read for a series? What is like the worst follow-up, the worst, addition to a story? This one for me is going to be everything after the Golden Compass in His Dark Materials. Not that they're bad, it's just that the Golden Compass set such an incredibly high bar that was never reached again, that I was pretty continually disappointed by the Binding Knife and the one that came after that. It didn't reach the same level to me, because I think they may have jumped the shark a little for the series, gone a little further than the author was able to follow up to. So I'm gonna go ahead and say pretty much everything after Golden Compass and his Dark Materials. Now this one's based off of White Sand, and it's the underdog. What's the best underdog story? And I wanted to be outside the box for this one because there's so many cliche underdog responses I could throw out there that would easily fit into this one. So after thinking about it, I decided to go with The Martian by Andy Weir. This is one of the few cases where if you've seen the book or read the movie, I don't think you need to do the other one because they're both just as good retellings of the story. There's only a couple changes, one really at the ending that bothered me a little from the movie, but other than that, they are really just a great true telling of an awesome story that is certainly an underdog. This kind of botanist versus Mars story is so cool and such pure sci-fi. It's magnificent. If you're looking for just a great nerd-verse planet book, it might be the best one ever written of that very specific category I just named. This next one is based off of Investiture, which actually is a Brandon Sanderson book I'm not even aware of. And it's a magic system that I recommend, I believe was the category. So I'm going to go ahead and say Lightbringer. If you want a very interesting magic system that's a little hard to fully grasp at the beginning, but once you get it, it just clicks and you're like, this is dope. Lightbringer. Brent Weeks has really crafted something special there in terms of a magic system and the way that it's used in combat. It's truly epic how this magic system is basically used with this elite group of fighters that are like Navy SEALs. It's so cool. And it only gets better as the series grows. The next one was to name an anthology or a series of short stories or just a single short story you really liked. My food's done. Or a short story you just really liked. So for that one, I'm gonna pick Robert Heinlein's A Pass Through Tomorrow, which not many of you guys watched my review of it, but that is hands down the best short story collection I've ever read, easily. And now I need to tag people, apparently. So I will go ahead and tag Books and Bob. I enjoy your channel, dude. I'm still watching. You're awesome. And I don't mean to throw more on your plate. I know you're going through all your studies and stuff. And I'm not really connected with many other booktubers, unfortunately. I really want to get involved with this community more. That's who I'm nominating. Good luck with this one, because I sure screwed it up. Thanks, guys. Have a good one. Peace.